Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn and welcome to the channel. We have some more reaction content for you today, and we are going to be checking out Stray, which I do know that Stray has you playing as a stray cat, but I don't know much beyond that, and I've heard some murmurings around the internet of like, it looks like it could be cool, it looks like it could not have anything really engaging or fun to do. I don't know if this is the game that I was thinking of. There is and it might be this one. There was a game shown off at like E3 2016 where you play as a cat, and I was like, that game looks cool, and then I never heard anything about it. And then there was like 2 other games where you play as a cat, and I don't know if this is the game that I was originally thinking of from way back when or not anymore, but we'll fucking find out, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. What is time? I don't know anymore. 2016, you thought it was 2019? I just said I don't know what time is. Maybe it was 2019. That was like last year, right? Or a decade ago? I feel like both of those could be correct. All right. Anyway, so without further ado, let's begin. Seriously though, I don't know what time is anymore.
Hello everyone, my name is Schwahn, producer at Blue 12 Studio, and today I'm going to show you more about Stray.
Annapurna. 2020. Okay, it's definitely not that one then. It was earlier than that is the one I'm thinking of.
You play as a cat who has fallen inside a mysterious and forgotten city. Separated from his family and injured, he will have to explore and survive in this unwelcoming environment.
What's with the fucking Inception womps?
From the cat's unique point of view, players must navigate their way through the dangers of this unfriendly place, and use the cat's skills to solve puzzles and uncover mysteries along the way.
Is the trailer corrupted? I don't know, but there was too much bass and it was overwhelming like the YouTube audio algorithm. I'm getting some Little Nightmare vibes. Like the little critters that had like glowing orange eyes and the general like color palette and stuff. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Little Nightmares. And the general kind of like dystopian feel.
The cat will meet a small drone named B12. Using the drone's ability to interact with objects in the world and communicate with the strange inhabitants of this secluded place, together they will work to learn more about the secrets of this forgotten community of human-like machines.
I kind of wish B12 wasn't able to talk to people. I feel like the game as a concept, if there was no dialogue, would have had a very different tone to it, but just because you can't talk as a cat, but you get a companion that can now suddenly talk to everybody as like a band-aid for that. I'm not saying it will hurt it, I just feel like there was a creative window that you're like not willing to like go for. Like, why not just make the cat talk, you know, instead of giving it a drone?
Of course, will always be a cat, and his adventures will be filled with friendly and playful interactions with his new world. But these machines are not the only inhabitants of the city, and some encounters will not be as friendly or safe. Running fast, jumping, and using stealth to avoid dangers will all be vital if you want to escape the city and be reunited with family.
So the actual objective is you're trying to get home.
Unless you find a way to defend yourself, and the prey might become the hunter. Stray is coming to PS4, PS5, as well as PC in early 2022, and we can't wait to show you more.
It sounds like the same language from fucking Animal Crossing. Epic Games isn't anywhere on like the screen or anything like that. We can try and check real quick. Stray game. It is in Unreal Engine 4, which means that it could very well be Epic. Just because they might need the paycheck that Epic offers. It doesn't say what platform it's coming to on PC anywhere. So, you know, there's a lot here.
Hello everyone, my name
And I
is
feel like
Schwahn.
they actually did a pretty good job of
And today I'm
showcasing
going
the
to tell you
game.
more about Stray.
It said Steam at the very end, did it? Oh, sure enough. We just didn't get far enough. So I like what I see. And honestly, like the concern that I heard about like the kind of like ruminations of the internet of like the game might not be very like deep or fun. Looking at this and remaking the comparison that I made when we were watching through it to Little Nightmares, Little Nightmares wasn't a very deep game, right? Like it didn't have a whole lot of depth to it. But that's not what made Little Nightmares good. Little Nightmares was good because of its atmosphere. Like largely at its core, Little Nightmares is a very, very simple, rudimentary puzzle game. It doesn't have a massive amount of challenge or a massive amount of depth to it, but the presentation is what makes Little Nightmares excel and shine. Or it doesn't shine very much because it's a pretty gross, deep, grimy place. But those are the things that make the game stand out in a way that would make it kind of set itself apart from a lot of other games. I'm not sure how you feel about it. For the right price, you would try it. And that's kind of how I feel too. I am a little bit disappointed, and I expressed this when we were going through it the first time. I'm kind of sad that you're able to talk to people through a drone. Like, I don't... The initial pitch of, like, you are just a cat trying to survive, communicate in what ways you can as a cat. I liked that idea. And then it's like, well, we're going to throw all that out the window and just give you a little robot that can talk for you. And I'm like, okay, well, that's... And then, like, the initial idea, like, for instance, in Little Nightmares, you have no way to defend yourself from anything. And it initially looked like that same way, and they're like, no, we're going to give you a UV lamp that makes all of the baddies go pop. And it feels like there's all of these potentials for good design space that they were afraid to pursue because good and newer design space is scary and challenging, and I understand that. But I feel that those two things might make the game less special. Because as soon as you get B12 and you can just talk to people, the idea of being a cat will, from my perspective here, it'll make it feel like it won't be as special anymore, because it's like, oh, I'm a cat, and it's like, well, now I'm suddenly a cat that can talk to people, and it's like, okay, I'm just a cat, I need to run away from these monsters. No, now you're a cat that has a freaking ray gun. Like, you could have replaced with everything here, you could have replaced a cat that didn't speak the same language as everyone else. You could replace the cat with a kid that didn't speak the same language as everything else and had the same core game and structure. So I feel like the pitch of you play as a cat in this game, a literal house cat, is very quickly overwritten by the idea of you get a drone that can activate things for you as though you had thumbs, even though you don't, and can talk to people even though you don't have the ability to articulate speech, and you get the ability to have a ray gun even though you, well, largely as a cat, beyond your claws and tiny little fangs, wouldn't have weapons. Like, I feel like that is an unfortunate thing. I don't necessarily, like, I'm putting this on there before I've even actually played the game, but I'm seeing a game I'm seeing the potential for a game that is different from what this game is going to be, and I feel like the game that I am seeing would have interested me significantly more. I'm not saying this is bad. I like the way that it looks. I think it'll be a very charming experience, but there is a game that exists in my mind that probably existed in someone else's mind at one point that unfortunately is not going to be what this delivered.
In early 2022, and we can't wait to show you more.
The novelty of being a cat is kind of ruined by the utility and tools that they offer you through B12. And I find that very, very unfortunate. But to reiterate what chat has said and what I agreed with, for the right price, I'm not sure what the price will be, but for the right price, let me see if it's already got a Steam page. Steam Stray. Stray on Steam. For the right price, I'll add it to my wish list. For the right price, I would definitely be willing to try and play through this game. I doubt it's incredibly long. I'm guessing 6 to 12 hours in that range. And I would not pay more than $30 for it. You would instantly get my money for $20. I would have to really consider it for $30. But if it's like Little Nightmares, it's gonna be a nice evening or lazy weekend game. Yep, I agree. And I think it could be just a nice, chilled gaming experience. But we'll just have to wait and see now. We'll just have to wait and see. But what did you think? We've been kind of bouncing all over the place on what this game could be, is going to be, could have been. But what are your thoughts on it? Please leave your thoughts down in the comments below. If you'd like to keep the conversation going somewhere else, Discord and Twitter are both great places to do so. And some of the links, including this one, are actually provided by the community. We have a channel dedicated to them in our Discord server where you could drop links of your own that we could check out live on stream. Because we do these reactions live on stream, and we stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, but the reactions happen in our Tuesdays and Thursdays streams. So I hope that we will see you there. There's links to everything that I just talked about down in the description below, but we're going to turn this off. We're going to go check out another one right after this, which there's plenty of other videos that you can check out on the channel. So if you do go watch one of those other videos, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy.